Hello there. As you can see, I have no door windows. So bare minimum I installed a heater. However, listen to this. It's a wee bit on the loud side because it's on full speed. So today we're going to install a speed controller to my fan. So this is what we have. It is a basic little 12-volt speed controller. I think it was about $15 on Amazon. Just need to install this little box somewhere, and you interrupt your on-off switch with these wires somehow. Oh look, it's got instructions. Let's have a closer look. So this little speed controller came in a very nice anti-static bag, but inside it's in a bubble wrap bag. Guys, you're completely defying the point of using an anti-static bag. Brainiacs. Right. So this controller was not designed to have an on-off switch. Presumably this little controller switches it off, but it doesn't click when you turn it all the way left. So I'm going to incorporate this into my existing switch, which is a proper on-off switch. So that means I have extra wires. Red, power coming from the fuse box. So I'll take it off the positive side of my switch when it's on its own position. So that's the red. And then it would normally be earthed. So I can just earth that locally. Anything on the body and the chassis is earthed on this car. Then blue will be going to the motor to power the motor, and then the motor itself is also earthed locally, so I don't actually need this other earth wire because it would normally come from the negative side of the motor, which presumably the earth then travels through there and then it ends up coming out there. So I can just join these two together, earth them locally. I hope. We'll find out soon enough. So let's put some wire connectors on all of these and then decide where we're going to mount this in the car. I have my connectors fitted. Now to head inside and see where we're going to install all this. I do have to try and remove this switch though in order to get it through the firewall. Hopefully it just popped off without breaking. There we go. So that just pops off. It's got the usual little grooved knob. So presumably I can put that on anywhere, depending on where I want that to line up. Okay, we'll see you inside the car. As always, people, make sure you disconnect the power, go into your dash before you start messing with this. Don't want any fires or / death. Now here's my little box. So, should be relatively straightforward because of, I've already wired it up. So let's just double check. Red should be positive coming from the power. I've deducted on this switch that the power will be coming out of this bottom terminal. So I plug in my red into this power switch, and it's only going to be powered when that switch is in the down position. Next then, black is an earth and also green is an earth. I've got them together. They're hooked into that earth plug. And finally, Blue is the positive going to the motor. So as I say, I've interrupted that. So the power is now going to this wire, which is going to the motor. And that should be all the wiring done. Obviously, I need to install this behind the firewall. But for now, that should be enough just to test it. So here goes nothing. Power back on. Ignition on. Switch on. I'll turn this all the way to the left for now. Let's hope there's no pops from the fuse box. Does that mean the switch is working in reverse? That's not working at all. Right, I think I know where I went wrong. Remember I said there was two earths and I joined them together? Well, there's a big difference between an earth and a negative. So I basically joined an earth to a negative, and the problem there is the negative had to come back into this box in order for it to work. You can't just ground it out, and that's a big difference. I've not tried it yet, but I'm guessing that's what I've done. So instead of having the black and the green hooked together and earthed, I've now got the green is coming from the negative side of the motor, going back into the box. So the only earth in the box is this one, which is going to earth now. So let us try once more. Power on, ignition on. I don't have the light hooked up for this switch yet, so don't expect the blue light to come on, but I should hopefully have power control when I flick this switch. So far so good, no power. Oh yes. Phew, I'm glad I sorted that out. Okay, so now I need to tidy all this up, do the wiring properly. I'm hoping that this switch will just come through. Let's see, there's going to be the on-off switch is there, so I'll put the rotational speed control switch in there. I don't think I need to enlarge that hole, so let me get that done and I'll be back for final testing. All tidied up, knobs in place. Final test, power on. Remember, this light will not be on when the engine's running, so don't worry about that. Fan power on. Like a dream. The other important aspect of having the control switch, if that was on full power all the time, then it's basically cooling the heater core too quickly. So you're not actually getting the build-up of heat in the first place. So I'll probably run it about halfway. We'll see. It'll be much better when I've got windows, but for the moment it's better than nothing. Should maybe work in the windows soon, eh? Anyway, job done. Well, that's all for today, folks. Thanks for joining me. Running out of easy things to do. Right, tune in next time and I'll maybe attempt something a bit more important. Remember, please subscribe and check the link below to the Facebook group. All are welcome. Well, car related, bike related, truck related. And feel free to leave a link to your YouTube page or your Facebook page. Post up pictures. Let's get this ball rolling. Summer's approaching in 8 months. Where are we? January, February, March, April, May, June. 6 months. And hopefully we'll have somewhere to go. Okay, stay safe everyone. See you in the next one. Cold.